This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, fine. So I think you can hear me, right? Ajay Bharat Chandran Mathade. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I can.
hope my voice is clear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Fine. So let us get started, guys. So I'll just try to talk because you're all seniors, right? I'll not get deeper insights to the life cycle. I'll just talk about at high level. We'll pitch into the details of Informatica Cloud, after understanding that. Yeah, fine. The first and foremost thing is what remember, guys. First we need to get broader perspective. Then we can get into the specifics. So I'm just trying to talk about broader part. So remember, guys. So if you look at any IM product, like information management product, right? First of all, we need to understand the complete product suite, like what it contains. Yeah. Any anyway, we are in the space of information management, right? So we need to understand the what comes in, what happens, what goes out. Yeah. So that we need to understand first. Yeah. So that's what I'm going to talk now, right? So let us understand the high level picture. Let's say we have got access layer, then followed by discover layer, then followed by cleanse, MDM, then integration, then followed by, let's say, deliver to any target, let's say enterprise data warehouse. Yeah. So this is a simple way to understand like what are all the different layers that we could think in this particular life cycle, right? So now let me talk about some bullet points on each of this layer, like what do they do, right? The first and foremost layer, which is access layer, right? So access layer is going to help us in order to obtain the data from any kind of source system. Yeah. So any kind in the sense that kind would be expressed based on what variety of source system data, which could be expressed based on what structured data, unstructured data, application oriented data, legacy data, and machine learning or artificial intelligence data. Yeah. So I'll just put some bullet points here: structured, unstructured, application oriented, legacy, machine learning, or AI data. Yeah. So these are the broader categories, meaning we could able to take care of dealing with what any kind of data within this particular any product. Remember, yeah, structured means like data from the relational tables or files or Excel sheet, whatever, right? They are the examples. Unstructured means quite opposite. Like for example, if you get the data from PDF documents or Word documents or data from, let's say, social media sites or whatever, right? They are the examples of unstructured. Yeah. Now the question, can we take care of dealing with unstructured data within this Informatica cloud? Yes. So we don't need to use any third-party tool to take care of this particular unstructured data. Let us see how it will be done practically as we go on, right? And then we have application-oriented data, where in case if you get data from any application, right, like a pre-built application like SAP, PeopleSoft, CBL, whatever, right? So we could able to pull by making use of appropriate connector. Yeah. So and custom in the sense we can also have custom different application where we could start building our own application from the scratch by using any programming language and start availing the extra functionality which is not supported by any IM product. So, but that option will be used rarely, guys, because most of the people who are into this IM side, So they'll be tool side. So they won't prefer to write any Java code. Yeah. So fine. Now the next category is what legacy, which is basically a traditional thing. For example, if you want to read data from thinking machines or mainframe systems or whatever, right? In that case, we can start installing a pack in order to pull the data from appropriate legacy system. Yeah. And finally, we have so latest thing which is ML data or AI data, where you will have predictive measures or estimation of future demands data. So that also we could able to pull and start applying the rest of the downstream operations that we could see in this particular life cycle. In the sense, we can read ML process data, which is machine learning process data, and start carrying out analysis and see what comes out as a result of this particular ML. In the sense, it is not mandatory that whatever what you call AI tools or chat GPT or whatever, right? So they are going to produce the accurate data. But such kind of accuracies also can be identified by using what, like how much a percentage of accuracy that we got as a result of AI tools, right? That also we could discover by using what um, discover layer. Yeah. So that's the first thing, guys. So which is access layer. So once you could able to pull the data, right, then we can identify the issues by using what discover layer. Yeah. So issues could be expressed in many ways. That is part of some other program anyway. But for now, you can just remember that we got many tools in the market which are going to help us in order to identify the issues. Yeah, like issues could be nulls or duplicates or whatever. So in simple terms, the issues could be expressed in two broader categories. One, we can have metadata issues, or we can also have data issues. Yeah. So both of them can be identified by using this discover layer. Yeah. So that's enough. I'm not getting into the details now. So the next thing is what? Once you identify the issues, we have to have way to get it fixed, right? That's where we use what? Cleanse followed by MDM. Remember, because cleanse has got limited capabilities, but MDM has got exhaustive capabilities, which means the things which can't be taken care by using cleanse, right? So those things would be taken care quite easily by using what MDM layer. For example, especially if you think about match and merge, like how to identify the duplicate records and how to start getting them fixed. So in that case, MDM is going to overlay cleanse. Yeah. So cleanse, yes, it has got its own rich capabilities to perform standardization, enrichment, parsing, whatever, right? Yes. So it has got its own richness and it also has got its own richness. We can just combine both of them in order to fix the issues that have been identified by using what discover layer. Yeah, that's enough for now. So but as a result of this particular MDM, we could get what good data, which we call master data or golden record or single version of truth. Yeah. So there are multiple synonyms that we can think, but anyway, for now we can just think we'll get good data. Yeah, irrespective of any kind of data, and in the sense either it could be structured, unstructured, or whatever, right? So that's it, guys. So now let us start understanding next layer, which is going to be integration layer. Yeah. So now once you get good data, right, then we can start applying integration rules like a lookup, join, merge, whatever, right, in order to collate and start applying or start performing ETL operations. Yeah? And as a result of that, we can deliver it to final target, which we call enterprise data warehouse. So this is a simple way to understand life cycle, guys. Read the data, identify issues, get it fixed, then apply integration rules and deliver final data to what data warehouse or any other target. Could be application, cloud-based application, normal application, or any other target. Yeah. So that's it. So this part very high level. Now the question: as part of this cloud, which layer that we need to focus? So this session we are going to focus on what integration layer. In this in ISCS, there are two parts which I'm planning in this particular program. One is data integration, other is what cloud application integration. Both the services will be covered in detail with practical examples. Yeah.
One
So
question,
yeah,
Nirchana.
that's a
Like one
yes,
question.
Bharat.
Like
Yeah.
suppose in some project you are using MDM also. So after MDM you are using here IICS, right? Instead of Power Center integration layer. You
Exactly.
are doing
ISS, yes,
okay.
yes, you are right. ISS has got many products or many services, Bharat. One of them
Mhm.
is similar to Power Center, which is a data integration service we call, Bharat.
Okay.
For example, so IASS with IDMC, so we've got, let me just list out some of them. Data integration, cloud application integration, then we have API, API manager, then we have got in MDM itself, we've got business 360, reference 360, customer 360, product 360, then data profiling, data quality. These are some of the microservices. They're all part of what? Cloud environment, which means cloud offers many things. One of them, like what you are trying to refer, which is Power Center. Bharat.
Yes, yes. Because in my current
So,
project, we are using, sorry, 2 minutes only. Like we
yeah,
are
go ahead,
using,
please.
okay, we are before MDM also we are using Power Center. After I MDM also we are using Power Center.
Yes,
So
that's a
here,
good
okay,
question. To answer
mm,
that, in access layer, I think you'll be using Power Center to pull the data. Yeah.
yeah, we are
So,
using
with
XML.
some cleansing also.
Correct.
Yes. Yeah, go ahead, please. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, got it. So here you are going to
Got
replace with some ETL tool as a IICS after MDM.
it. Yeah. Part of this, yes. So, part of ISS is what? Yes. It's a Power Center. Yeah. But IIS is very vast, Bharat. So anyway, you will
Okay.
understand in detail as we go on. Yes, what you are
Okay.
saying is right for now.
Thanks, sir. Thanks. Okay,
So
I'll maintain.
IDMC and
Okay.
IACS both the same, Naresh?
No, IDMs is a superset of ISCS, Ajay. So which means IDMC includes like MDM, even other like enterprise data catalog, Axon, those things also would be part of IDMC. In normal
Okay,
IACS, they won't be part of it. Ajay?
all right, okay. So in IDMC, we have MDM. MDM, you're saying MDM is a Business 360,
MDM is a
Reference
core part,
360,
yes.
and all. So
Yes.
in that case, that how about AXON comes in there?
Yeah, Axon is basically not only Axon, so actually there is an enterprise data catalog. Axon, they will go hand in hand to deal with what? Metadata plus data governance, Ajay.
Okay, that's a data catalog they're saying, or because I
Governance, data
did.
governance.
Okay, I did looked at their Informatica's portal. They're saying
Okay.
Business 360 for MDM. I hope
Yes.
I hope they're using native databases in order to achieve the MDM, which is built in MongoDB. Is that right?
Yes. Not only Mongo, it also supports pre-built databases like SQL Server, Oracle, and DB2. Yeah. So plus we can also integrate with the third-party databases, but we have to have some wrappers to take care of it. Ajay.
Okay. So,
Okay.
okay.
Business 360 is one of them. Like for example, in on-prem, right, we got Informatica MDM Hub Console. In Business 360, it's more or less similar to that, where we configure like a building a model, building match rules, merge rules, cleanse, like all that, right? Those things we do it in Business 360 console. But MDM has got many other services, Ajay. Like we have got Customer 360, Product 360, Reference 360. We got many other services, and each of them have got its own specific capabilities. That anyway, I'm going to talk as we go on. Ajay?
Okay, so just one question on the MDM. So here,
Mhm.
IDMC covers data quality, MDM,
Profiling.
uh,
Yeah. Let me
data
list out
catalog.
items what it covers. Yeah. First is profiling, quality, cataloging, Axon, Business 360, Reference 360, Customer 360, Product 360. These are the what multiple microservices which are part of IDMC. You got
Okay,
right?
yeah. So, but here MDM is not coming because the 360, when you're talking about 360, business 360,
That's
reference
MDM
360.
only.
Okay, so
They're all
it
part of MDM.
is a part of MDM. Is there any name called MDM itself separately in IDMC? It's not that, right?
No, we use the term IDMC actually.
Uh, Oh,
Yes,
okay,
it's a broader term. It's a broader term, but MDM specific services are this Business 360 referencing. They are the specific to MDM
okay, okay,
services. Yeah.
okay. So they don't call here
So we can
the
call
no,
cloud MDM.
no.
Yeah. People
Okay,
will call cloud MDM, but broader term IDMC they call because IDMC covers not only MDM, surrounding or peripherals of MDM also. Ajay.
okay. So because I just got confused on because I worked for I worked on premises thing before with
Okay.
other integrated AXON and data governance and
Right.
um, because now I think they integrated everything in one single product like MDM,
Exactly. You got it.
AXON and data catalog into one single place. So that's where I
Yes.
was got confused
That's where
where.
IDMC comes. That's where we call IDMC. It's a one simple product suite which offers all the capabilities. Like in on-prem, right? For
Yeah,
let's say Hub Console, we use one. Cataloging, we use separate EDC, right? And
EDC,
Axon
yeah,
for governance. Yeah.
yeah,
And Customer 360 separate. And Product
yeah,
360 separate. So they're totally independent applications, you can say in simple terms, right?
yeah,
But
yeah.
in cloud environment, right, all of them put together, they just kept it in one single umbrella, which we call IDMC. Yeah,
Okay, okay, okay. Um, so these are all added as a microservices. They're the best
exactly.
okay. So IDMC is
So
also got data quality catalog. I mean,
data profile,
data
yeah,
quality
data profiling.
application integration, data integration, and instead of
No, not
MDM, they call.
necessarily. Yeah, app integration, data integration, they are not necessary to be part of IDMC. But yes, just to pull the data from external applications or from normal source systems, right? We can take the help from CII, which is Cloud Application Integration, and also data integration. But it's not mandatory that they should be part of IDMC. Ajay.
Okay. So that means we should also configure IICS as well as IDMC.
Yes. So both can talk to each other.
Okay. So okay, that's what I have got confusion here.
So we can
Okay.
say that IACS would become as input to IDMC or output to IDMC. You got right? Which means we can use
Mm-hmm.
IACS for push and pull. In the sense to pull the data from external sources, we use what
Mm-hmm.
IACS data integration. Play right. Similarly, as an end result of IDMC, if you want to push that to downstream applications or any other target, right? Then also we can take the help from what IACS data integration or IACS application integration. We got right.
Okay.
That's a simple way to understand. Like where
Okay.
does this particular IACS comes in? Yeah,
Okay. Okay. I think I hope
fine.
I got something here. Yeah.
Yeah. Another way, see, there are many ways to look at it. So IDMC is a superset of ISCS, which means it offers ISCS capabilities plus IDNC specifics. So that's
Okay.
another way to look at it. Ajay, yeah,
Okay. Okay.
fine. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you,
So
Narasimha.
any other questions from others? So but yeah, this is a good thing that you are asking questions, because first we need to get a high level perspective, guys. So before we get into specifics anyway we are going to talk, but first of all we need to have high level perspective, yeah, before we get there, yeah, because we need to understand what comes where and why. If you answer these three questions right, then we can pitch into the details of each of them, like what we do here, what we do here, all that, yeah,
Okay.
fine.
In the recent release, I think IDMC have got all the components like
Yes, exactly, that's what I superset, in the sense includes
okay.
ISAs as well. Yes,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, they keep on getting it changed, but now they are also what you call including AI also. Yeah, I'll come to that later. Yes, how this particular AI, which is artificial intelligence, is going to help us in the context of solving all the problems in the life cycle. In the sense in IDMC. Yeah, fine. That anyway, I'll talk about it as we go on. Fine. So it's evolving like anything, but I don't know where they're going to stand. But for now, yes, they are much better than other IM products in the market. Yeah, yeah. So that's about life cycle, guys. Yeah. Any questions? Any other questions from others? Bharachandra Mathadi.
No, no, Narasimha. It looks good architecture wise.
Okay, fine. Anyway, you can ask any kind of question anytime, guys. We can always make it more interactive. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Fine. The next thing is what? Yeah. So let's say we are going to focus on integration part. Yeah. So which is similar to, let's say, Power Center, but it has got many templatized pre-built concepts which can't be done in Power Center. So so that's the beauty of this particular Informatica Cloud. The first thing, in order to perform Informatica Cloud operations, right? Yeah. So we have got so for example, if you, let us say, if you want to perform simple and plain ETL operations like what we do in Power Center, right? We can use what data integration microservice. Yeah, fine. So let me try to what you call start the service which is for Informatica Cloud. Then we can get into the client. Yeah. So can you say the first and foremost thing that we all need to understand Informatica Cloud is all the microservices, they'll be used based on what? Subscription. For example, let's say customer expects only data integration capabilities. In that case, we would subscribe only data integration service and avail the capabilities of what we have in data integration. So likewise, depending upon what customer expects, we can just subscribe appropriate microservice or services to get the job done. Some cases you might customer might need data integration plus cloud application integration. Sometimes they would also need like profiling, quality, then followed by data integration and cloud application integration. So which means what? It's just like what? Pay per use. Whatever is needed, pay, subscribe, and use it. It's as simple as that. Fine. So let us try to log on to this. So we are focusing on ISCS in this particular program. Yeah. So after that, we'll get into IDMC. Fine. So yeah. So let me try to log in. Before we get into this particular login, right? First thing we need to subscribe. So how to subscribe? how to get it configured, I'll talk about it. So assuming that we've already registered, once you register, so we can just supply the credentials to get in there. Can you see, guys, these are some of the services which are part of what iics. You can see it in the title bar, right? Informatica Intelligent Cloud Services, right? So these are enabled by default. You can see all the services which are bold in color, right? Now there are some more services. Can you see here? If it says show all services, we can also see others. Yeah. So like we have governance catalog, and we also have got MDM specific. Let me talk about that. Yeah, can you see here? These are the MDM specific microservices like Business 360, Customer 360. That's what I was trying to talk, right? These are the things. Yeah. So that's it. Now, anyway, let's try to focus on the first and foremost thing, which is part of what Informatica or Integration Cloud, which is going to be data integration. Yeah. So this is not complex, guys. I think you're all from Power Center background. Even if we don't know Power Center also, we can still learn this. It's not complex. If you know Power Center, then it's added advantage because most of the transformations they are more or less similar to that. But you guys can understand Delta, which means there are some extra capabilities which are not supported by Power Center. Yeah. So because of that only, customers are trying to migrate from local, which is on-prem environment, which is Power Center, to cloud. So we need to understand what are those extra capabilities. Remember, yeah. So which means I'll just add one bullet point with respect to what extra capabilities. Yeah. So like for example, without developer help, we can still build a solution by using what pre-built templates. You can just remember this line. I'll talk about it, how it could be done with practical examples. Yeah. Yeah. Can you see, guys? I hope you all could able to see my desktop, right? Sajay, Bharat, Chandra, and
Yes.
Namata. Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So once you log on to this particular data integration service, we all could able to see dashboard, right? In that, so we can see how many runtime environments. See, runtime environments, they are going to help us in order to perform the data movement. Yeah. So which means before we understand this, let me talk about the architecture of Informatica Cloud. Yeah. So let me open the presentation. Yeah. So I think we all need to concentrate, guys. Now we need to understand the architecture. Let me start from the basics. Yeah. Because some might be new, right? So some you'll get bored, but you can ask questions. Yeah. So can I hope you all this could able to see this particular diagram, right? This anyway you can also get it in Google also. Yeah. Remember, guys, Informatica Cloud, or you can say in the cloud processing environment, there are two broader layers. One is going to be on-prem layer, which you can see in the bottom, and second is going to be what cloud layer that can be seen in the top. Yes or no? Yeah. So now the question, what comes as part of on-prem and cloud that we are going to see now? Yeah. So on-prem means local environment, guys, and cloud means, and cloud can be expressed in two subcategories. One is a processing engine. Second is going to be what data storage. Yeah. So I repeat, in cloud there are two subcategories. One is a processing engine, which would be taken care by using what Informatica Cloud. Yeah. Other is going to be data storage, which could be offered by multiple vendors like Amazon, Google, Salesforce, and so on. Yeah, there are multiple storage medias where we can store it in the cloud, right? So now let us say independent parts we know, local part and cloud part. Now next question, how are we going to make these two guys interact with each other? That's going to be the next question. To answer that, we have to have a mediator through which we can make or we can collaborate on-prem with what? Cloud. That's where we use the term agent. Agent is just like a utility or a pack, or we can say a process or a top level thread. All are synonyms, guys. So this particular agent is going to help us in order to transfer data from on-prem to cloud or cloud to on-prem or any other permutation and combination. Yeah. So which means if you go with a cloud, so we have to have this particular agent that need to be installed. So that is going to be the prerequisite, guys, in order to perform what this data integration or any other Informatica Cloud activities. Now the next question, we can also able to see secure. Why? So whatever agent that we install, we need to get it protected. So that for protection, use the term secure. Yeah, the complete name is what? Informatica Cloud Secure Agent, because Informatica offers agent in a secure mode that in cloud environment. That's why we use the term Informatica Cloud Secure Agent. So for example, if you go to services where you can see this service name itself, Informatica Cloud Secure Agent. So we need to make sure that this particular service is up and running in order to perform this any Informatica Cloud activities. So one of them is what? Data integration, right? So that's it. Now the question, what could be done by using this particular agent? Can we perform meta activities and data activities? Answer is yes. For example, if you try to build any, let us say, asset like mapping or task flow, whatever, right? So we do it within, let us say, this particular environment, which you can see here, right? We build it and save it. Once you save it, result of that will be stored in a cloud space, in the sense Informatica Cloud repository. So this particular repository is a place where we store metadata. Remember, for example, if you build a mapping over here and try to save it, it will be saved here. Now the question, who is going to service this particular metadata or repository activities? That's where internally it uses what I call ICRS, which means Informatica Cloud Repository Service, which is going to help us in order to perform basic metadata operations like create metadata, modify metadata, consume metadata, and monitor metadata. All these meta activities would be serviced by using what? Informatica Cloud Repository Service. That's it. That's what we can see. This dotted line with arrow pointing to the top, which means from on-prem we are trying to get it stored in what? Informatica Cloud Repository. Now the question, if you want to process the data from on-prem to cloud or cloud to on-prem, we have to have metadata. To do that, we can see dotted line pointing to bottom, right? Which means we are trying to pull the metadata from cloud repository and start getting the data transferred from on-prem to cloud or vice versa. That's where we can see solid line with arrow. Yeah. So this could happen bi-directional way, in the sense on-prem to cloud, cloud to on-prem. So this is a very what you call high level way to understand like how Informatica Cloud architecture is going to work. So now you guys can ask questions, guys, on this particular high level diagram. Yeah.
Okay, when it comes to the cloud, you're saying that secure agents is used. How but whether is IICS or IDMC is going to be running on its own cloud or it is an AWS cloud or something like that?
Yeah. So this IACS we can have it in local or it could be installed in the cloud also. Yeah. It depends on how or what customer expects. Based on that, we can take care. But it supports both, Ajay.
Okay, so that means we can install in AWS cloud. In that platform, we'll create a separate secure agent for each one.
Exactly.
For
Yes,
uh,
that is possible. Or if
okay,
customers, let's say if they have their own data center where they need to process their activities, right? In that case, in their data center, which is we can call it as on-prem, where we can install a number of agents. Yeah.
okay. So here one question arise. In case of what's the difference in the cloud and SaaS uh, SaaS product here? I think Informatica is giving us a different
SaaS
set of
actually. Yeah,
SaaS
SaaS means
and
software
cloud.
as a service,
Okay.
meaning every service that we discuss, right?
Yeah.
So it works as a SaaS. For example, data integration SaaS, Business 360 console SaaS, Reference 360 consoles. These are all just it's a term we use it. Software as a service. Software means data integration is software. So we can use data integration as a service. That's one SaaS. Similarly,
Okay.
others, data quality SaaS or data profiling SaaS or MDM SaaS or whatever. So you can think
Okay.
this SaaS for microservices. Yeah.
When it comes to the subscription, you have
Mhm.
mentioned it for subscription for the cloud. That is one single product or entire bunch of
It
components.
depends on the license. If you
Okay.
buy a license for all the microservices, right, then we'll have what we call complete license. But if you want only, let's say, data integration, then we can just subscribe only data integration. It depends on what we need it. Accordingly, we can subscribe and start getting it used.
Hmm. Okay.
Right? Yeah. See, mostly, right, most of the customers they won't expect all of them because it's very expensive. That's what I was saying. Pay per use. Whenever is needed, right? Like or whatever is needed, right? We can just subscribe and start getting it used. For example, just to start a project, we just need, let us say, data integration. We'll start with that. As we go on, right? Customer would expect what even IDMC capabilities. Then we subscribe and start using it from there on. So that way we can go with what incremental approach, even from the licensing perspective also. Got
Okay. So
Ajay?
what?
That is a
Uh,
major customer perspective. Yeah, go ahead, please.
okay. So when it comes for the large organization, like more than 100 people are using this product. In that case,
Mhm.
how the costing comes in? I'm just trying to understand that costing perspective. If it is more than 50
Costing
people,
is yeah, there are many criterias. For example, so these 100 participants or 100 members, right? Are they using it for one data processing or as a developer just to build a solution or just to carry out testing operations? These are the factors that we need to consider. For example, let me take one. Assuming that all the 100 people are using for development. In that case, we don't need to have very high-end environment for IACS, right? So we can use mid-sized server where we can install a subscribe this IACS and use their subscription for all the team members. They can just log in and start performing, let's say, IACS activities. That's one thing. Now let us, because we don't focus on processing very large data while building a solution, right? That's what developers would do it. Yes or no, Ajay? That's one thing.
yes.
And
Hmm.
second, let's say when it comes to production, where we our primary focus point is what? To process very large data in a short time. Yes or no? So
Yeah.
in that case, the way we subscribe this data integration differs from dev environment, where our focus point should be towards processing, processing in terms of like how many CPUs, days, and
Mm-hmm.
memory. Accordingly, per day, how many rows that we can process, how many jobs that we execute, all that matters while subscribing it. So they are the key factors in what we call in production environment. So likewise, we got some more factors which I'm going to see as I'm going to talk as part of licensing factors plus metering factors they call Informatica guys. So those
Yes,
two
you are.
things I'm going to talk.
Sorry, sorry to
Yes,
interrupt
please.
that.
Yes, better.
This is data integration is one of the services, correct? So
Yes.
can individual users can take that means registered and take
Certificate. Yes, yes,
login access. Okay. So under that, like
yes.
your means data synchronization, data replication, and mapping tasks, all those coming into these services only, right?
Yes, you are right.
Okay. Okay. Thanks.
Yes, you are right. As part of data integration, yes, whatever you said, right, you'll get all of them. So yeah, this is fine.
Yeah.
And
So all
I
those
think Ajay
things
was
are
trying to ask. Yes, please.
all those like
Go ahead.
part you are going to cover, right, as part of data integration,
Yeah,
like in
I'll cover
different.
much more than what. Yeah, I'll cover
Okay.
much more than what you're saying. See that there are just elementary things like
Correct.
covering mapping tasks, replication tasks, and some data integration transformations and task flows, components, maplets, whatever. They're all basic elementary things. I'll cover beyond that. See,
Okay.
there
So admin
those
part
things
also,
anyway.
like installation and services and all those part also you're going to cover. Like,
That will be covered anyway. Now let me talk about
okay.
advanced things. Let us
Okay.
say there are some things which can't be done in Power Center. For example, can we talk to external portal applications quite easily in Power Center? Answer is no. First thing. Second, can we have templatized solution which could be done in Power Center where without any developer involvement we can still build a solution that is possible ISCS. Likewise, there are some exhaustive capabilities which could be done only with ISCS, which can't be done Power Center. Those things also will be discussed, Bharat. So
Okay, sure.
likewise, uh, yeah, I'll add some more extra aspects one by one with practical examples so that you will see the real essence of the usage of ISCS over Power Center. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. So any other questions? Yeah. Yeah. So I was just trying to talk about high level diagram, right? So once you understand this, the next step is what? So can you see yet same architecture only? We can just see it in different view. On the left side, on-prem, on the right side, cloud. So in the sense, Informatica Cloud, where let us say we have built some any meta activity like building a mapping. Then once we do that, then agent will read the metadata and start getting it processed. And result of that will be sent to any cloud, let us say here. One, two, three. This is the flow that happens, right? We all know that.
So same like
Now
that,
can you
right?
see
And
the type?
same like they
Sorry?
like same like yeah, same like Power Center. Like there is services or
Exactly.
metadata. They are integrating, like communicating to the like database, and
Exactly. Concept wise, they're same. But here the benefit is one, we don't need to install in Power Center, we install it. Server, we
right.
need to install server, we need to install client, and then we need to configure also, like create Power Center repository service, Power Center integration service, and Power Action service, whatever. So those things need to be done by the administrator. So that is not required here, which means installation, configuration, maintenance, these three things are not required when we get into Informatica Cloud. So that's also one of the major benefit why the people would try. prefer to go with what Informatica Cloud, because there'll be a lot of overhead that we need to maintain that infrastructure and admin team, and also lots of issues like upgrading patches, whatever, right? They're all headaches. Those things will be overwhelmed by using what Informatica Cloud, right?
Yeah, got it.
Fine.
Thanks. Mm.
Okay, that's why you can see in title bar, right? Integration as a service. I think you are trying to ask question SaaS, right? See what is the S here? Integration. As a service anyway, double AS is same. This is software as a SaaS. So integration as a SaaS we are using. Similarly, if you go with MDM, right? MDM as a service, which is MDM as a SaaS. Remember that. So depending upon the scope and the context, right? The software will be replaced with what? Appropriate microservice. Clear, right? So that's one way to understand this particular Informatica Cloud. Now
So,
another
yeah,
way.
a quick question.
Yes, please.
So, where does this
Yeah.
snowflake come into this picture in this architecture? If you have, for example, if they want to build a data warehouse in Snowflake, it's a cloud data warehouse until right. So, where does the snowflake
See,
come into the picture?
this Snowflake basically it's just like storing or getting the data, right? Yes or no? So
Yeah.
that would come as part of on-prem usually, right? We can also get it onto the cloud, but mostly we use it in on-prem, where agent knows like how to talk to it to pull the data, how to talk to it to push the data. That's all. That's where we use Snowflake part. Clear? Yeah.
And Sima, one more question. Like generally,
Yes,
like
please.
in case of Informatica Cloud, like we suppose
Mm-hmm.
your source Salesforce is your source system that is also
Mm-hmm.
application, and you make it some connection, something like that, interacting like
Yes.
and taking data from Salesforce and again dumping data to Salesforce, and also flat file
Right.
you can use. So is there in Informatica Cloud facilities there we can connect to other database like DB2 or Microsoft SQL Server or uh, Oracle
Yes.
directly? That is there, right?
Yes, exactly. Not directly.
Hmm.
First, see, even in Power Center, wherever, right? First, we need to install the database like Oracle or DB2 or SQL Server or Solid Teradata, whatever. First thing. Next thing, to talk to those databases, right? We can do it with two approaches. One, with a native connection, and second, with a ODBC or JDBC connection. Yes or no? So let
Yes.
us say we have chosen native part. Then we need to have native connector. For example, we have got let's say MySQL server. To talk to that, we have to have MySQL connector. So we need to install MySQL connector. And then once we have it, then we can talk to MySQL to pull and push the data. This is a process. Same thing we go with what even with other database. Oracle, we need to install Oracle database, Oracle server. Then once we install, we need to have Oracle connector. Then use that connector to talk to Oracle database to push and pull. So similarly for other databases. Yeah.
So in cloud, Informatica Cloud, like data integration services, like suppose you are going to develop some mapping task or something, or data
Mm-hmm.
verification or data synchronization job, there directly
Mm-hmm.
is the facilities available for to connect directly to Oracle or DB2 or like SQL Server database, like same like Power Center, or
Yeah.
there is a limitation.
Not for all databases. For some, yes, you will have pre-built connectors, but for some, we need to again, what you call, get the separate license. For example, let me show it here practically. So let
Okay.
us say MySQL, it supports uh, by default. Example, let's say, let me just show the offered or default services it offers. Yeah. So yeah, when you try to create, yeah. So let's say
Configure.
here we are trying to create a new connection. Example. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See here during that time we can see type connection types. These are the
Oh,
pre-built ones like through
okay. So SQL
ODBC.
Server,
You know
Oracle is
ODBC
there.
also we need to have ODBC driver. Yeah.
Okay.
Then we have flat file, Salesforce, FTP, MS Access, whatever. These are the things. But we can't access them direct though we have it. For example, if you want ODBC, right? So we need to
Mm-hmm.
have ODBC separate license because through ODBC we can talk to multiple databases, right? Teradata,
Yes, yes,
Oracle,
agree.
SQL Server.
Correct. That this is the communicator actually, basically.
Exactly. So we need to have ODBC driver from some other what you call data access company, right? We get that driver, install it. Through that, we can talk to any database. Similarly, Flatful is straightforward. Salesforce also. So we need to what subscribe Salesforce like registration part. Then we can talk to Salesforce by supplying URL, username, password, token. So this way we can talk to Salesforce. Similarly,
And
others also same
and
concept
this
holds. Fine.
SFTP and FTP, how suppose in terms of admin part, how you are making a
Mhm.
kind of connection like it's a porting between two application kind of things. Uh, SFTP and FTP.
Meaning, can you
Suppose
please?
yes, some files
Okay,
you
this one.
placed
Okay.
in the SFTP server, separate server, and you want to fetch those data
Hmm.
from flat file. So communication wise, how you like create a connection for
Yeah, this
SFTP?
is very simple. See, normally FTP simple command, FTP command that we use in any Linux, right? SFTP secure mode, both are same only. Only secure
So
mode, which means we
SFTP, suppose you
supply
written
the
some
command.
script and SFTP place it into Unix box.
Exactly.
So directly you are communicating Unix box, right? Here.
Exactly. Same thing
Okay.
here also. Using this interface, we can supply what I call secure. Let's say FTP, we are using it. We supply username, password, yes or no. Then other
Yes.
details from local directory, remote directory, whatever, right? And default port number, which is 21. Once you supply, right? We are supplying here from and to, yes or no, from local, remote. Once you supply, no, when you try to call this particular uh, FTP, then it will transfer data from local to remote or vice versa. We can say supply from and to. Yeah, fine.
Yeah, yeah, thanks.
Yeah, so that's a good question. Anyway, we are going to see with practical examples. So it looks like you guys already have got some base. That's why you're trying to ask questions. That's it's good that you guys are asking questions. Yeah. So what we could do is, so I think based on my experience, it's always better to go with what systematic approach. In the sense, understand basic things clearly, then start getting it what you call in incremental approach of learning. Start basics, the next level, and so on. That way, we can understand each and every part of this particular Informatica Cloud in detail with examples, with business scenarios. That's what my experience says. Is that fine,
Okay.
guys, to everyone?
Yeah, fine. The last question, Narsima. Like when
Yes, please.
like detail level class, okay, when comes like, to actual development or like mapping design.
Yes.
So there like you are
Mhm.
going to give some example like delta load or incremental load or uh,
Yes.
types
Like we
all
have
the
yesterday type 1, type 2,
type 2,
yesterday
type 3
type 1,
also you
type
are going
2.
to cover.
Yes, by default it doesn't support. Yes, we don't
Okay.
have templates for that. We can write a code to it's very simple. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Fine. See, they are there since many years. So those concepts, right? So, but here, you know what? Just to answer your question, right? We don't need to build a solution or build a code to perform ACD type 2, let us say. Yeah. There is already a pre-built template which comes along with this ISS product. So we just need to know how to make use of it rather than rethinking on ACD type 2 or type 1. You got right. So with that much of flexibility, we have it within this IACS. But in Power Center, we have to think by ourselves, like use expression, use lookup, use surrogate keys, use update strategy, whatever, right? All that we
Yes.
have to think it. Yes or no? Here we don't need to think. There is already a template. That's what I was trying to talk some time ago. Even customers, they themselves can build a solution without any developer environment. You got right, Bharat?
Yes. Yes.
But how? Anyway, I'm going to see. I'm going to show like how it could be done in reality. You know.
So when it comes to the Business 360,
Yeah,
that is also kind of a template, Narasimha?
there are, yeah, not 100% days. Partially they have done it. Partially they are still doing it, Bharat. Yeah. See, this is an
Okay.
evolving product, right? So they have started with a templatized concept. So they are successful. They are in successful in data integration quality, and they are also trying to implement similar thing in MDM also. MDM is not completely they have done. Yes, partially they have done it, Bharat. Yeah,
Okay. So in
fine,
on-premises, we use base object, that is where the master data stores. But in here, how the
right.
is there any specific table name here, or the same
Yeah,
concept like base
question.
object?
Yeah, remember, yeah, we have base objects, so we got entities also. Remember, so the concept here is, let us say you have built solution on-prem MDM, yeah, plus a CDI, which is customer master. Now the question, are we going to rebuild the same thing in a cloud environment? Answer is no. For that, we already have got what we call pre-built migration tool, which is going to help us in order to migrate local MDM solution to cloud. In the sense, whatever terms that we use in the local environment, which is on-prem MDM, right? They're all will be converted to Informatica Cloud or IDMC understandable format. That will be taken care by migration tool. That's one perspective. Second is what? In case if you want to do it by yourself manually, right? For example, you have built a customer base object table in on-prem MDM. Now we could also get it done in what? Business 360 console. From there we can get it started. Yeah. And next, let us say you have built some match rules or merge rules, whatever, right? Those things are also similar, even in what? Business 360 console. Bharat and Ajay.
Yeah, Nassima, coming in, please. You
Yeah.
you,
So
you
I
were
was trying to
asking.
talk about whatever could be done in on, yeah, whatever could be done on-prem, right? Ajay and Bharat, all of them can also be done in cloud, just to make it one
Okay,
line. But yes,
okay,
terms,
got
there
it.
are some terms which are different.
Hmm.
Like for example, we don't use separate service for reference. So here we use reference 360. Likewise, each of the service has got its own specific functionalities. You got right?
So, Nassima, like other services also, like you're going to cover or only specific to data integration, like these services
No,
basically.
no. In this, yeah, yes. But
High level.
that's not fair. So remember, in
Correct,
this,
correct.
we are
Yeah,
going to
I
focus
agree,
on,
agree. Yeah. Just asking.
yeah, yeah,
Otherwise, it
data
will be a bit
integration and
long and yeah.
application integration.
Mm.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. So
Okay,
we'll
I will
focus
talk
on
separately
data
later.
integration and CII, cloud application
Mm.
these two things. Yes, other things are separate, Bharat. Yeah? But I'll cover all of them, but they are separate. Yeah? You got it, right, Bharat?
Yes, yes.
So when it comes
Okay.
to IDMC, would you be covering data integration
Complete
there?
cycle. Yes.
Complete cycle of IDMC.
Data
Okay.
integration.
Uh,
Exactly, you're right. So data integration, anyway, we are starting. You're starting, it will get over. After that, we'll get into what IDMC, where we cover all, like profiling, quality, and Informatica MDM specific services like Business 360, all that, referencing, all that we discussed, right?
okay. When it comes to
That's the
MDM,
plan in that.
you said that when it comes to MDM, there is a Business 360, Reference 360, a multi-domain, etc. So
Exactly.
would you be covering
All that.
everything in one single umbrella for a
Yes.
MDM perspective?
Exactly. If you say MDM, all of them will be covered. You are right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Fine. So I just talked about a very high level way of architecture. I didn't talk about third level, and also there's one more level where we'll talk about mixing all of them. Can you see here? This is going to be the complete form of Informatica Cloud architecture where we can understand each and every part of it. Probably we'll talk about it tomorrow because today I think we talked about many things, right? Yeah. So I'll elaborate this in detail because there's a lot of depth in this. Every bullet point I'll try to talk about it. Yeah. After that, you guys can start asking questions. Yeah, I think we'll stop for the day. Yeah. Meantime, if you have any questions, right, you guys can shoot out because if we talk about more than 1 hour, right, it's very difficult to digest. Yeah. So that's it's better to make it more productive, right? Yes or no? Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Okay.
So fine. So we'll, if you're okay, we'll meet tomorrow, or else we'll plan from working day onwards. Yeah.
Yeah, tomorrow same time,
Clear,
huh?
Ajay, Bharat, Chandra.
Yes, tomorrow same time, huh?
Yes, we'll plan at same. Yeah,
Okay,
7
okay.
a.m.
We'll
IST.
join.
Is that fine?
Correct. Yes.
So this time is good for all Indians, Americans, and also I think Australia people also, right? But anyway, we can change it. Yeah. So uh, it's a flexible anyway, right? Tomorrow 7 a.m. IST. It's fine, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, guys. Yeah. Thanks to
Yeah,
all.
thanks,
Yeah.
Narasimhan.
Thanks to all. Bye.
Would you be
Yeah.
covering a
Thank you.
sessions on evening also?